Hey YouTube, how are you? It's Cassidy. This is my second video. This is not the video that I had planned originally. I was actually going to do one much sooner than this, but the last few weeks have been some of the most difficult weeks. Some of the most difficult weeks of my life. And yesterday, I think, was the hardest day of my entire life. This video is really primarily aimed at those of you who were nice enough to get in touch with me after reading my most recent blog post that I wrote earlier this morning, because I haven't slept for 2 days, kind of talking about what's been going on with me the last couple of months, and in particular the last few weeks. This one's for you, for anyone who wrote in, left a comment on that post, or sent me email, or posted something on Google Plus, or in several cases, texted me or called me, often repeatedly, to make sure I was okay. Thank you. Words can't express how grateful I am for all of you. I feel very lucky to have people like you in my life, especially at a time like now. I know most people haven't read that blog post, obviously, who are watching this video. I mean, there are not that many people who will watch it, but I don't really want to go through what it's about. It was pretty painful to write, but I guess a quick summary would be, I've been having a number of, a lot of it goes back to my parents, basically, and things have not gone well since I came out to them 1.5 years ago. And after my session, and I'll add yesterday was a horrible day, but I was very fortunate in that when I hit rock bottom, or what I hope is rock bottom, God, I hope it's rock bottom, yesterday morning, I had a previously scheduled appointment with my therapist that I had made several weeks ago, and I was literally sitting in her waiting room when it happened. I don't know where I would be if I hadn't been. She's a wonderful therapist anyway, but yesterday I needed someone very, very badly, and she did a, again, I can't thank her enough. I never will be able to. Sorry, I just stepped out of the shower a little while ago. I took a shower. I'd gone for a run and a walk earlier today. So I took a shower. I shaved my legs, and washed and conditioned my hair. But I just wanted to do this video, and I don't really care how I look, I guess. Or sound. I'm losing my voice, so hopefully I don't sound like a frog or anything like that. One of the things that my therapist helped me understand, I think I knew some of this on some level, but she helped me really, really absorb it, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it. I think the issues that have been causing me a great deal of pain, especially the last few weeks, pretty much my whole life, are relationships. And oddly enough, since I realized I had to transition, the other one was makeup, which I know sounds very strange. I didn't really understand it either, but for those who don't know anything about me beyond what they saw in the first video, I've been full-time since mid-December last year, about 2 weeks before Christmas. Before that, the first time I had ever gone out as myself in public was about less than 5 months before that. But in that entire time, I have never once gone out wearing makeup. I know that's the opposite of what most people do. And I know that, and I've just been dragging my feet about learning it, and I know that enough to know, okay, there's something, it's not about, makeup. There's something else deeper, much deeper. And yesterday, with the help of my therapist, as I said, I think I've finally grasped what's going on, which is it's, in spite of how much emotional turmoil I experience every time, the last 4 times that I've met with my parents in person, and I've only met them 4 times since in the last year and a half, since I came out to them. Each time has been followed by an emotional tailspin. And I think the reluctance to not wearing makeup is a way of hiding, oddly enough. And people like me, transsexual, we spend our lives hiding. But once we are full-time, we're not hiding anymore. But I think, in a way, not wearing it is a way of hedging my bets, I guess, and saying, not trying to, it's symbolic of just not putting my best self out there. And I think a large part of that is there's still, as my therapist said yesterday, there's still a tiny part of you that thinks that, this time your parents, will accept you, and they'll finally love you the way you desperately want them to love you. But they can't. They just can't. They're not bad people. They're just limited. And what I need from them, they can't give me. So that's kind of manifested itself in my attempts at relationships over the years. I prefer not to go into it again. I wrote about it at length in the post, and it hurts too much to talk about it. So if you're interested, you could take a look at the post. But both of these things in other areas of my life, working, putting myself out there, being who I really am, who I know I am, anything I've always known I am, by not letting myself show who I really am and my best self, it's really a way of sabotaging myself. And I think a lot of that, and I realize this with the help of my therapist, I think a lot of that is a way of, it's some sort of strange, twisted, way of honoring my parents, I guess. But it's never going to work. So I'm very fortunate because, in addition to all the wonderful friends that I have, both in real life and especially online, especially people who are trans like me or just part of the community in one way or another, you know who you are. But I have my sister. My sister is the one member of my family, along with my nephew, her son, who have been supportive from the moment I told them. And she has stood up for me, and so has my nephew, time and again. My sister is a nurse, and over the past few years, she's been working 3 jobs since before I told her, before I came out to her, which was about 2 months after I, maybe actually about 4 months after I first started seeing my therapist, shortly before I asked for my letter. So she's known pretty much from the beginning. But that entire time, she has been working 3 jobs to help put herself through a master's program and to put my nephew, her son, through college, paying everything. So she's been working 100 hours a week and getting a master's degree all at once. So I really haven't, I've been very reluctant to impose on her by telling her some of the things, a lot of the things that go on in my life. And yesterday when we talked, she was unaware of almost everything that I told her about, much of which is in the blog post as well as some other things. And at first she was a little upset because you could have talked to me. But when I explained, I didn't want to be a burden, I guess, and what you're doing is important. And she understood that. The good news is that she got a new job. It's a really great job. It's because of her degree, which she's finishing up. I think she has 1 class next semester, but essentially she's done. She has 1 non-nursing related course she has to take for credits in order to get her diploma. But she got a great new job, very close to where she lives, and she starts next Monday. And not only does it mean she gets to finally quit the 3 jobs she's been working for the past 4 years, and this is her last week working. I think 2 of them, she stopped 1 last week. But she will have a 9-to-5 job, Monday through Friday. No more crazy hours, no more overnight shifts, no more double shifts. She's going to have, for the first time in her life, a regular schedule. And when we talked yesterday, I'll respect her privacy, but I will just say, when she was younger, she was troubled. I will just leave it at that. And she would have no problem with me saying that. Even in a forum like this, she is more than willing to acknowledge her mistakes because she's dealt with them. She's like me in the family. She's sort of the other black sheep. And again, one of the things that my therapist has helped me realize is it's because the 2 of us were the 2 people in the family who decided, I'm not happy. I don't just want to be what everyone else thinks I should be. I want to figure out who I am and do something about it. And we both have. And I think that's a large part of the reason why both we bonded and why we're sort of the outcasts in the family. Anyway, when we spoke yesterday, she was really, really great. And one of the things she said was, starting next week, she said, we're going to start doing all of the sister things that we should have been able to do our entire lives, but we never could. She said, and that starts next week. And she said, and we're going to start with the things that you are having some trouble with right now. She said, specifically working on makeup and getting some confidence around that, and kind of learning how to. She was just very nice, and the comments online were very nice about the possibilities, I guess. Looking at myself in this video, it's like, maybe they're just being nice. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to finally getting to spend time with my sister the way we were always supposed to be from the beginning. And I think it's really going to, I know it's going to be good for me, and I hope it's going to be good for her. Because in a number of ways she's been in the same boat as me, in that I don't live at home, she lives with my parents still, and she's sort of alone there. And I understand that, and I know how painful and lonely that can be. So hopefully, starting next week, we can start to do something to help each other out. I have so much more I would like to say, but I'm so tired right now. I'm fading, and I really need to go to bed. As I said, I didn't sleep one bit last night, and I really didn't sleep well the night before. When I have to get up and go to see my therapist on Saturdays. She's in Providence, and I'm in Boston. I think I might have mentioned that before. It's a long drive, and I have to get there early, and I get paranoid when I have a relatively early appointment. Anyway, I didn't sleep well, and last night I haven't slept one bit, and I desperately need to get some sleep before I start the work week tomorrow. So, if there are other things, I'm sure I'll remember them after I finish, and I'll probably write some in depth about some of the things that I talked about here as I think about them over the next few days, and probably some of the things that I wanted to talk about that I just can't remember right now. So I'll end this again by saying to everyone who's reached out the last few days, or just since I started to, I went online and started blogging, and even doing these videos, and has reached out to me. Thank you. I feel very fortunate to have all of you in my life, and I love you all. So that will do it for now. Thank you for watching this, and hopefully the next time I do one, it'll be a little more cheery, and hopefully I won't be, have sopping wet hair, and I'll have some slightly better lighting and background as well. Until then, though, thank you very much, and bye-bye.